get ready with me for bed while I tell you probably one of the craziest things that's happened to me. Okay, so backstory, me and my friends, basically we live near the Stranger Things, like where they filmed everything, and we wanted to go visit it because we just watched the show. So basically one of the friends that we went with actually had been here like at least 8 times, so he knew his way around. Okay, so it was me, my boyfriend, my friend, her boyfriend, and her brother. So we get there and obviously it's really sketchy. It's actually in the process of being like torn down, and there was actually no way to get in anymore. So obviously he didn't really know like a way to get in because the way that he always had gone in was now shut. So he had the bright idea of getting a fire extinguisher and throwing it through the window. Now, a little backstory, I'm not the type of person to be doing this stuff like at all. I'm a very good kid, but I was in an adventurous mood, I guess. Anyway, so that's how we get in, and as you can probably tell, it was very loud, so I don't know what we were really thinking, but the cops definitely heard it, or somebody definitely heard it, and they ended up calling the cops. But, you know, we didn't know that, so we continued to go on and explore. It was pitch black, so we all had our flashlights on. We were just looking. We actually went on the roof and just sat there for a little bit. It was pretty calm. And my boyfriend actually turns to the side, and he notices a bunch of flashing lights. So if you didn't know, we were at Hawkins Lab, and basically it's a really big like plus-size building, like a plus-size shaped building, and we saw the lights coming from this way, so we all freak out. And basically my sister's brother had never like had this happen. The cops have never came to this specific area, so we were all like freaking out. So the best thing we could really think about doing was to just get out of the building and run. So we actually ended up going back to where we came out of, the broken window, and we decide to straight on run for it. Now the cops, we could hear them. We didn't really know where they were, but we definitely heard them. They were probably above us. So the cops were right here. We were on the basement floor, so we decided to run this way towards the forest. So this was probably not a smart idea because the cops did end up finding us, and they started to run towards us. Now at this point I was peeing my pants because this has never happened to me before, but we thought everything was fine because we were actually outrunning them. And we get to a certain point where everybody just stops, and we look down and there's a 20-foot wall that we have to jump down. Now this is because we are in the woods in the middle of nowhere, but we're actually in somebody's backyard now. So not only are we trespassing, I don't even know, like Hawkins Lab, we're trespassing somebody's backyard now. We do end up jumping down and running to the car, and obviously we outran them, but I 100% don't recommend doing that ever. So anyways, that's all. Bye guys.
I'm gonna rapid fire things guys have said to me on a first date when I went to a Mormon school as somebody that wasn't Mormon. I've been feeling pale, so don't mind all the bronzing drops. Group dates were like a super popular thing while I was in school. It's pretty much just to hang out with an even amount of guys and girls. I was on this group date and we were driving somewhere. It was about 30-45 minutes away, so it was a long drive. And I had aux and I decided to play the song Crazy Rap Story. Not Crazy Rap Story, it's just called Crazy Rap. For context, I'm gonna play the song. Alexa, play Crazy Rap. I know every word to this song. My date in the front seat asked me to turn it off and was like, why would you play that? Like, kind of like, what is wrong with you? Which, to be fair, it's a super explicit song, but I feel like I don't know, like, that's what me and my friends listened to in high school. I didn't think it was that big of a deal. Yeah, we did not go on a second date. This shade match for the Halo Glow is so good when my tan starts to fade a little bit. This one happened multiple times, like, it wasn't super uncommon, but guys would always ask how many kids I wanted on the first date. There was one time I was on a date and this guy was, like, showing me pictures of his family, and I wanted to show him a picture of, like, all my nephews. I have 5 adorable little nephews from one sister, but my family is, like, super Catholic, so any picture I have with all of my nephews, it's at church, like, with a priest. And so I literally, like, I just told him I didn't have pictures of them because I didn't want to tell him I was Catholic. Well, not that I was even really Catholic, but I just didn't want to tell him I wasn't Mormon. There was one day, this is so funny, I've, like, forgotten about all of these. There was one day I went on with my sister, and the guys, like, 2 guys kept making jokes about swapping sisters the whole day. And we were like, okay, yeah, we're literally never going on a double date again. There would also be guys that, like, knew we were sisters, like, fully knew, and would still ask both of us out as if, like, we don't talk to each other. I really need to chill on the blush. I don't know what's going on. This one I've never really talked about, and it's definitely more of a me problem than a him problem, because I got way too involved. But, I don't even know if I could say it. I could. Basically, he was like, you know what, actually, I feel like I can't talk about, this one on the internet, because it puts nobody in a good light.
Random things that piss me off. Okay, the first one definitely is random, and I don't know why it, like, bothers me so much, but whenever people wash their hands and do soap water and not water soap water. Like, you need the water first so the soap can lather up on your hands nicely. If you don't put the water first, it looks wrong, and, like, I don't know, it looks like you're putting lotion on, like, you know, it gets all, I don't know how to describe it, but just whenever people do that, it pisses me off. I don't know why. Okay, the next one is more understandable, but whenever people don't push in their chairs, whether it's, like, at someone's house or, like, at my job, it makes me so mad because I'm like, it's literally not that hard. Like, you stand up, that's it. At my job, literally every single night, I have to go around and, like, push in all of the chairs because everybody leaves them out. Like, the chairs will literally be, like, scattered. They'll be, like, 5 feet away from the table because they stand up and push it back and then just don't push it back in. It's really not that big of a deal, but I'm, like, literally top 10 easiest things to do, pushing your chair. This next one, like, actually makes me rage, but when people, like, cut me off in line, genuinely, like, the entitlement that just exudes from people that do this, I, like, actually cannot help myself but start raging. Like, my family went on a vacation over the summer, and when we were coming back home, the line, like, to get to TSA, I think, I can't remember. It was, like, not organized, but people were trying to make it organized. The way they had the thing set up made the line where it just was, like, a big blob, but people were trying to get into, like, a single file, so there was at least some type of order. And this family comes, like, I don't even know how long after my family had already been waiting there, and, you know, the countless other families that had been waiting there. They just shoved themselves up in front of everybody, and everybody started yelling at them and telling them to get to the back of the line. They're like, there is no line. There's no line here. We can be in the front. And they started yelling at other people. They deserve that spot and stuff. I don't know. It just actually makes me so mad. And you know that the people that do that, if somebody else were to do that to them, they would flip their shit. Okay, this one actually drives me insane. But when people use, like, speakerphone or FaceTime in, like, small public areas, the amount of people that come into my store, which is a small store, and get on FaceTime or get on a call on speakerphone and literally are, like, yelling, laughing in their phone with people. I'm like, guys, can we not take this outside? Like, please. And this goes along with my next one, which is people who use max volume in public spaces. Some of you guys just can't get off your damn phones. Like, you're telling me you can't not be watching YouTube max volume 3 feet away from me in a public space. If you really can't handle not being on your phone that much, then get fucking headphones. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I didn't sign up to listen to your phone call or your YouTube video. I didn't sign up for it. Please, I'm begging you, get headphones or get off your phone. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like, oh, I'm never on my phone in public. I never watch anything, because I do. But I'll, like, get on TikTok and watch the TikToks with no volume and have the captions on, because I understand not everybody wants to hear what I'm watching, what I choose to watch. Other people aren't choosing to watch it, so I watch it in silence. Literally, so many of these are, like, to do with my job. But the next one is whenever, like, at my job, or people come in at my job, I have to say, like, hi, welcome in. And when they leave, I'll say, like, oh, goodbye, have a nice night, or whatever, something like that. The amount of people that don't acknowledge me and act like I didn't say anything, it actually pisses me off. Like, don't get me wrong, I get when I'm like, hi, welcome in. Not everybody wants to be like, hey, how are you? Like, that's fine. But you can literally either just say hello back or just smile at me. And that's good enough. That really is good enough. And I get that people are in a bad mood sometimes and just, like, don't want to be all nice and stuff, but sometimes I don't want to either. And if it was the other way around and you came in and and you said hi to me and I looked at you like that, oh, I know you would lose your shit. I just think it's, like, rude. Like I said, you don't have to give me, like, a big happy response, but literally just acknowledge me in some type of way. If I'm being nice to you, just acknowledge me. That's all I'm asking. Whenever like people are leaving the store and I say have a nice night and they like don't acknowledge me or like give me a nasty look, because they do that too, I always just get annoyed, but obviously I can't do anything and I just under my breath go, or don't. Okay, and last but not least, whenever I hold the door open for somebody and they don't say thank you, you know, sometimes it's just like a really quick, awkward exchange to where like you don't even have the chance to say thank you. Like that happens to me all the time. You can tell when somebody just didn't like fully process what happened. But I always hold the door open for other people, and there has been so many times where like I will be in front of them and see them carrying stuff or just want to be nice, so I hold the door open and keep it open for them. And they just zoom right on by me. Like, I'm like, okay, next time I won't fucking hold the door for you. I'll slam it in your fucking face, bitch. All you have to do is either smile at me or say thank you. That's it. I'm not asking for much. It actually pisses me off so bad. Bye.
Hanging out with the Quick Ad HUD update. So if you did not see my last video, go watch it. But basically, I met a guy on Quick Ad on Snap 3 days ago now, and we hung out yesterday, so here's what happened. So like I said, I met him on Quick Ad, and then he's like, do you want to hang out this weekend? You live like 55 minutes away from me, but I'll come pick you up and then we can do something. I'm like, yeah, sure, let's do it, because I didn't have anything else to do, right? So we made this plan on Friday night. We were going to hang out yesterday, which was Saturday, and we didn't come, like, we had no idea of where we were going to go. Like, we did not come up with a plan for how long we would be out or where we would be going, which was probably a mistake. So I just told my parents that my friend from school is going to come pick me up, and then we're going to go to Target or get food or something, because they would not let me go out with a random boy I just met online like the day before. But I had him pick me up like a little bit closer to my neighbor's house instead of my actual house, so that way my parents wouldn't see me getting into his car, and same thing for dropping me off. So then, like, when I first see him turning my street, I like literally walk away because I'm so scared. But then he pulled up and I get in, and I'm like, he's like, hey, how are you? I'm like, good, how are you? He's like, I'm good. It's nice to see you. I'm like, thanks for driving here, whatever. And he's playing Passion Fruit by Drake, or Passion Fruit, I think it's called. And I like Drake, I don't know, but I like him. So that was a good sign. And then he's like, what do you want to do? And I'm like, you wanted to go to Target or something? Because I wanted to go like into a public place, I feel like. And I just love Target. So he's like, yeah, I'll put it into like my GPS thing, because he wasn't around here or whatever, so I didn't know where it was. And so on the way to Target, it's about like a 7-10 minute drive, something like that. Or a 10-minute drive, whatever. We're just kind of talking about life. I feel like we got along pretty good. I thought it was going to be super awkward, like I would not be saying anything, but I feel like we just kind of got along, and we were just talking about like our dream jobs, what we do for fun, our favorite places to go, stuff like that. And then we get to Target, and I'm like kind of walking ahead of him because I'm like awkward or whatever, and I was wearing Uggs, which was probably a mistake because they make you fall so much, and I like kept tripping over my own feet, and it was so funny. And another thing is, he was like laughing, and like we were laughing together about it, so I feel like that was a good sign. But he was like laughing like a joking way, you know, not in like a, you know what I mean. And then he kept like trying to trip me or whatever as like a joke. So we were just kind of walking around Target for like 15 minutes, I want to say, or maybe 20. We did not get anything, and so like he's like, you just want to go to everyone? I'm like, yeah, sure. So we leave Target, and I go to like open the door, obviously, because I'm always been like so independent. Like I like doing my own stuff by myself, but then he like runs ahead of me and opens it for me. I'm like, oh, thank you. Because I don't know, I just like always been independent. I like doing stuff for myself. I don't like asking for help. Like I literally built my vanity by myself because I did not want to wait for my dad. But it was really sweet that like he kind of like didn't let me open it. He opened it for me even though I wanted to open it. And then we're driving around, and then we drive past like a shopping center with like a Dollar Tree. Like, do you want to go in? I'm like, yeah, let's go. And then we go in. He comes around and opens my door again, which is like really nice. And then we go in, and we're just like kind of looking at all the different aisles, like going up and down. And then we kept kind of like fake fighting or whatever, like, you know, like punching and whatever. And it was really funny. And then like we were in the Halloween aisle, even though Halloween's over, and we kept grabbing like the scary thing and being like, this looks just like you, and it was just like really funny. And then we leave the dollar store, and because he knew I was gonna try and open the door for myself, he literally wouldn't unlock the car until we got there, and like until I let him go in front of me. And then we were just like kind of driving around for like 10 more minutes, just talking about like what we want to do in the future, how many kids we want, where we want to live, like if we want to move or what. And then he took me home, and I had him like kind of drop me off in my neighbor's, more near my neighbor's house, like he did when he picked me up. Because my dad was probably gonna see, like he was going somewhere, I don't know. Because I know my dad was gonna leave because he had to go somewhere, don't know where. So if he like, I just didn't want to take the chances of him seeing me getting out of the boys' car, you know. And then before I get out, he's like, I have fun, you look really pretty. I'm like, thank you, I have fun too. And then he gives me a hug, and then like I get out, and then he just leaves, or he waits until like I go on my driveway, and then he turns around and goes home. But yeah, we've been snapping since then. I don't know if like we'll hang out again or not, but yeah, it was really fun. So bye guys, have a great day.
Get ready with me while I tell you some crazy things about my life that most people don't know about me. I was adopted at birth. The parents that adopted me didn't think that they were able to have any more children after my older brother, so they were like, well, let's adopt. 2 months later, my mom found out she was pregnant with my younger brother, and they ended up having 3 more kids. So I am one of 5 kids. I have 4 brothers. People never believed that I was adopted because we're all blondes. The first question that most people ask is about my biological parents. I have always known my biological mom. We actually talk basically every single day. I texted her 5 times this morning already. My biological dad I met when I was 18. The craziest thing about adoption is that I am so inherently like my biological parents, even though they didn't raise me. I didn't grow up in the same town as them. We have so many similarities, even down to the way I talk and my body language is very similar to my biological mom. I also have 2 half brothers, and when I was 18, when I met my biological dad, I found out that I have a half sister, which is so crazy. We've actually never met. I really hope we can meet each other someday. She does follow me on here, so hi if you're watching. Love you. So crazy. Probably the most defining moment in my childhood. I had heart surgery when I was 7 years old. I was born with a hole in my heart. It's called an atrial septal defect, which is a hole between the top 2 chambers of your heart. And they were like, you should probably get that fixed. It makes me really emotional to look at these. I'm a crybaby. This was the start of my whole life. This is the reason that I became a nurse. Anytime I look back on these photos, I get very emotional. Having heart surgery was one of the best experiences I ever had as a child. Ever since this day, I knew I wanted to grow up and be a nurse, and I did that. The last crazy thing that happened to me growing up was my parents accidentally sent me and my brothers to a cult school, and I know that sounds crazy, but it is 100% true. My mom was really sick growing up. She had cancer and Lyme disease. My dad was a firefighter, so he was working all the time. Looking back on it, I feel like my parents just wanted to send us to a school where they knew we wouldn't be getting in trouble. My parents moved us to this tiny town in northern Idaho called Moscow, Idaho. The school that my parents sent us to ended up not just being a regular private school. It was an extremely radical, right-wing, weird Christian, non-denominational school. I would get in trouble for talking to boys in my class. There was no dating allowed in high school. I had to wear knee-length khaki skirts and sweater vests. We would have hour-long school assemblies on why being gay was a sin. I did not believe in any of this stuff. I hated every second that I had to go to this school. After I graduated, we learned that a lot of my teachers were doing illegal, non-consensual, inappropriate things with underage students. And the disgusting part is that the school just brushed it under the rug and didn't get these creepy old men in trouble with the law at all. I graduated with 18 people in my high school class. I'm living a very different life than my high school classmates. So not to end that on a weird note, but my high school experience was very weird. So those are some things about my life that most people don't know. Hopefully you enjoyed. Now we know each other a little bit better. If you have any questions, let me know below. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
I'm going to address this as kindly as I possibly can. There's a creator on TikTok who steals content word for word in another language from me and other creators. I debated even making this video because I really like to handle things privately, but as you will see, I tried. A couple of months ago, someone reached out to me through DMs and told me what was happening, and people had also tagged me in this creator's videos. I want to make it very clear, I have no problems with people being inspired by my videos. Social media is all about inspiration and creativity. I'm not even somebody who cares if a whole sentence of mine is copied word for word, but multiple entire videos? The problem occurs when it's a direct word-for-word copy of what authentically came from my brain and what other creators have authentically created themselves. Now, I have reached out to this girl and my approach was very friendly and very kind. Her response kind of indirectly admitted to copying my content, but she did say that she would give credit next time she got inspiration. Fast forward to now, she blocked me, only for me to find out that after blocking me, she had copied more of my videos. I don't want anyone to send this girl hate if you find out who she is. That's not the purpose of this video. But if you do see content like this, where it is directly copying another content creator, address it in the comments or reach out to the original creator. Inspiration is a form of flattery. Mimicry with the intention to directly copy for your own gain is fraudulent.
Get ready with me while I tell you how my boyfriend and I met. I feel like I have to give some backstory to my relationship with dating before I tell this story. To say I have had bad luck in the dating world is truly an understatement. All my friends can attest to the fact that I've had some crazy experiences. Start of 2025, I said, no, we're not having it. I'm not doing it. I'm not dating anymore. I am going to be on my own for the rest of my life. Good with it. And you know what? If the right person walks into my life, the right person walks into my life. But at that point, I had kind of given up. I spent every night pretty much from October to April in bed by 7:30, asleep by 9. Didn't leave my house unless it was for school. Thought I was okay, but looking back now, I think I was actually like not in a good headspace and it just wasn't good. Fast forward to like March, April, I had gone with some friends to this place called Classic Skating, which if you're from Utah, you know Classic. But if you're not, it's just a roller skating rink that people like to hang out at. I don't know. Thursday night skating, that's the function. That's the function to be at. So I'd gone a couple weeks in a row with a few of my friends trying to get out of my shell. However, I'm still very like, if you're a man, don't even look in my direction. I want nothing to do with you. Then one night, April 10th to be exact, a group of boys walks in and my friend Emma taps me on the shoulder and said, hey, there's a cute group of boys over there. I said, I look and I see this handsome man and I was like, that is a cute son of a gun. Who is that? I need to know. But again, no way in HE double hockey sticks was I about to go and approach a man and say, hi, my name's Tilly. No. I was very much like, if he wants me, if we're meant to be, he will come and find me. If he wants to, he will. Because obviously he's gonna notice me. Girl, no he didn't. He did not notice me. Now, a little bit on his side of the story before we continue. He did not want to be there. He did not want to be at Classic Skating where all the high schoolers were hanging out, which is so fair. Why was I there? I don't know. He did not want to be there, and the last thing he was expecting was to meet a girl at Classic Skating. Well, little did he know he was meeting me. My forehead is peeling, guys. What's that about? I proceed to spend the entire evening trying to get this guy's attention and trying to seduce him to come and talk to me. It did not work. It did not work. He did not come and talk to me. And the last thing I was gonna do was go talk to him. And my friend is like, girl, go talk to him. And I said, no. You know, I was skating by, flipping my hair, trying to make eye contact. Low-key, like, just really trying to put myself out there without actually putting myself out there. But low-key making a fool of myself, being like, this man is gonna notice me. Girl. He also claims that he did see me, but again, not looking for a girlfriend at Classic Skating, which I wasn't looking for a boyfriend either. And so the fact that I was actually drawn to him and trying to get his attention was very strange, and I could not stop like thinking about him, looking at him, trying to find him in the skating rink. I was like locked in on this man, which was very unusual for me because I wanted nothing to do with boys. I wanted nothing to do with a man. I wanted nothing to do with a boyfriend. That was the last thing I wanted. And so the fact that I was like very adamant about getting this man's attention was very strange. The whole night continues of me just trying so hard to get his attention, not working at all. And then the end of the evening comes around. My friend wants to leave. Also, I was there with my friend Emma and her boyfriend at the time. I'm sweating so bad. What's that about? What is that about? We're all getting ready to leave. We're gonna head out. And I'm kind of complaining, being like, ugh, he didn't talk to me, what the freak? And I was like, girl, you know you could just go talk to him. I said, absolutely not. What would I even say? And I'm like, dude, can you just do it for me? Like, go talk to him for me. And she's like, no. She turns to her boyfriend at the time and said, you go do it. You go do it. And he did. He stood up and flew across the skating rink and sat down and talked to him. I said, huh? Was not expecting that, did not expect that, didn't even really know she asked him. I like kind of heard it, but I kind of checked out of the conversation, just kind of accepting defeat. Comes back over, he tells me his name. He's like, his name is Hudson. I got his snap. He also wants to come and talk to you. First of all, I was like, I don't want his snap, I want his number. Second of all, what do you mean he's coming over and talking to me? No, he's not. I truly did not think he would. I thought he was just like saying that to get him out of the way, but nope. Mr. Man roller skates on over to me and shakes my hand and says, hello, I'm Hudson. I said, hi, I'm Tilly. I think actually the first words out of my mouth were, I didn't know he was gonna do that. And he just laughed. But then he asks for my number, asks where I'm from, where I'm going to school, all the things, you know? And I give him my number, insert picture here of me giving him my number. And we started texting and he took me on a date and it went really great, really fun. And then we started talking. We talked all summer. We talked all the way until July 28th when he made me his girlfriend. We've been officially dating for about 3 months now, but we've been talking / have known each other for about 7 months, which is so crazy to think that it's been over half a year. Like, what? Yeah, he is truly an angel in my life and has completely changed my life for the better. He is the best boyfriend I could have asked for. He opened my heart so much. He helped me grow into the person I truly want to be. I feel more me than I have ever felt in a very, very long time because of him, and he's my biggest supporter, my favorite person, and I love him so much. And I love our little story because I think it's kind of fun and different how we met. And it's funny that my friend's boyfriend at the time went up and talked to him at a roller skating rink. And this is your sign to make your move, ladies, because, well, I didn't technically make the move. I had someone else do it for me. But if I didn't get the ball rolling, it wouldn't have happened and I wouldn't be where I am today. And I'm so happy I am. A huge shout out, a huge thank you to my bestie, Emma. This would not be possible without you. Lots of love. It really is true. It happens when you least expect it and when you're not looking. And there are good guys out there because my boyfriend is an angel. Yeah, that's how we met. Hopefully this was entertaining. I think it's a cute story. I think it's adorable. So hopefully you guys do too. I love you guys. Bye.
Wow, I have really bad holiday trauma. Get ready with me for the first night of Halloween. It's literally still light out. Like, I can't believe I'm saying this. I hate Halloween. Trying out makeup by Mario's. It's the surreal skin. I also never plan well for Halloween, so I never have like a good costume. I just like have trauma associated with like every single holiday. So I just don't really like holidays, like at all, actually. Really sad. Hopefully I can change that one day. For Halloween though, my trauma comes from just being bullied every year. Made fun of for my costume. I always got left out. I think that trauma's just stuck with me, but I have had some good Halloweens until last year. It is literally my 1 year breakup anniversary. Pretty sure I found out my ex cheated the day before Halloween. I don't even know what to say about that. Last year was a very interesting / traumatic Halloween for me because can you imagine finding out your boyfriend cheated on you the day before you're going out for Halloween weekend? It was the best and worst timing, and it was a motherfucking shit show. No, I was not gonna stay in. I was not letting a boy kill my vibes, keep me in. I was going out. It ended very badly. Every single night. Just imagine a drunk in a slutty costume, angry she got cheated on, emotional, insane train wreck with her butt out. 1 second I'd be a baddie taking pictures, having fun. The next second I'd be crying, and then I was like bitching him out over text. Then I was taking more shots and dancing, and then I was like scream crying and walking home, and then, oh God, never again. As much as that was crazy, it doesn't really bother me. I mean, I still hate Halloween. I also got broken up with in high school on Valentine's Day. That fucking sucked. Or maybe it was the night before Valentine's Day. That fucking sucked. I went to Cheesecake Factory with my mom and cried on Valentine's. Like, my boyfriend of the year broke up with me because I went to a Valentine's Day party and he didn't like that I was wearing a crop top and I like drank alcohol. Like, that was, this isn't even me going into my family holiday trauma where like we can't even get the band back together for holidays because the cops are always called. Well, I'm not even talking about those. Like, wow. I have really bad holiday trauma. Stories I could tell you guys. Anyways, since I am so unable to plan for literally anything, my friend Viv helped me pick out all of my Halloween costumes, and she like sourced some vintage pieces for me. I'm gonna try and do more of a dark makeup look to go with the costume. You guys remember when last year I was like, my junior year is gonna be so chill. We're not gonna have the pregame apartment. I thought. We're literally having the pregame here tonight at 7:30, which is why I'm getting ready so early. I actually suck at eyeliner, but whatever. I like feel like I needed it for the costume. Okay, I'm gonna go eat dinner, and then I'm going to finish my hair and makeup and probably do a get dressed with me. Come back for that. Happy night one of Holo Weekend, unless you've been going out. If you have, slay for you. I'll see you guys in part 2.
Hey y'all, get ready for me for another Halloween party. Mama word. Okay, once again, I cannot. You're starting to get ready with me. I'm in what's on my body because my heart don't match my mind. Y'all, I'm literally so mad because I was supposed to like go see a little babe. Like, you know what I mean? This boy that I'm like talking to. And we're not really anything for real, but like I was supposed to go see him. Alexa, turn it down. Sorry, I don't know if y'all can hear me. But anyways, so I was supposed to go on this little like freaking souvenir. And then Maya, look at her in the back. You understand? She didn't want to go and I was so mad, but I'm over it now. We're gonna go party. But I was really excited to see him. He's actually on TikTok, like he was like goes viral and stuff for looking good. Like I tell y'all, he looks good. But I just got all call with him, telling him I miss him and stuff. But it's okay, it's okay. We're gonna go party and we're gonna have fun. Tell me why we were in like our friend's car last night and they just like started playing Fat Mac, bro. I was so happy. I started screaming. Ah! She's not trying to show y'all her outfit. She looks so good. But what were we talking about? Oh, y'all can't hear it. But anyways, we got back. We didn't get back till like 4 a.m. last night. And then I fall asleep and I wake up to the girl that stays here asking if I want to go out again or like want to go pick up like someone. I was like, Baddie, I need to sleep. Anywho, y'all need to pop out to the parties in Grand Prairie because that's where we're gonna be at tonight. But anywho, Maya's here and then Romy's going to go pick up Maddie and because I think Maddie's coming with us. And I still haven't gotten any more concealer, but I don't really think I noticed it honestly yesterday. So I think it's fine. Oh, y'all, I need to take pictures again. Yesterday my story turned out so cute. And if y'all don't know why I'm not posting on my like main Instagram, I only post on my spam because I can't freaking get into my main. Like, I don't know. It like wants me to do this whole account reset because it doesn't think it's me. Like what the heck? Or like restore my account, but I really don't know how to, and I don't have the energy to do that. And everyone like I want, like everyone that I'm close to, it's all my spam anyway, so it's okay. I don't think I'm gonna wear lashes tonight just cause I don't know, every time I go to sleep they all fall off, so it's not worth the energy. She get it onto her little boo thing in the back. Get it on her butt. I just realized I don't have eyelash curler, so I really don't know if I can go without mascara because I need to do something with my eyelashes, but like I mean without eyelash. Okay, bye y'all.
I think I'm gonna have to quit my job. And I don't want to, but I think I'm gonna have to. Okay, some like context. I work at a restaurant and our company, like our parent company is actually a music festival. And our restaurant opened up a year ago. About maybe 5 months ago or 6 months ago, I don't really know, another restaurant opened up under the same company. And this restaurant is like, it's like a members kind of club type thing. When I first started working, I loved my restaurant. It was like very chill. We had really good managers. The people were amazing. Like it was just like a big team. It was the type of restaurant where we could have the worst night ever, the worst customers, super busy and understaffed, yet it would all be okay and we'd all be able to go in the kitchen and laugh because we're like all friends. Then a couple months ago, it all started to change, and I think what the catalyst was for this was someone that we all loved and adored very dearly. They got sick on the job, or we don't know what happened, but he got fired because he was sick on the job and he was like throwing up and we thought he was on something and he just like left, and then he didn't respond to our manager's calls for like a week and like no showed his shift, so of course he got fired. And then we started getting a little understaffed. People were overworked. People were getting stressed out. One of my favorite bussers, he had stress tics and they proceeded to get worse and worse. Some of our staff was in college, so they went and they left to college, or they graduated high school and went to college. And then we start hiring new servers and they suck and we don't love them. We get a new bartender. We're gonna name him Dave. Dave comes in and he automatically like hates everything we do. At first he was like sweet, but like kind of weird. Like and he's a super intelligent person, but he like uses that against people. This is when I feel the teamwork kind of starts breaking up. We're losing our OG servers, girls are quitting, and then we're losing the OG team. Now the new team is coming in and they're not down with our teamwork. They don't like how we work. They think everything should be done this way and not that way. Like servers, my favorite server, it got into a fight with this bartender. Like it was just, he was not good for the restaurant. Fast forward, new servers, fights with that. We get a new manager. We're gonna call her Shanae. If you know, you know. She was a manager at our other restaurant and they sent her over here. Why? I don't freaking know. But she comes in and at first she was like nice and it was okay. And then she started to like get into this habit of like really micromanaging everyone. It's specifically the high schoolers that work there. So like me and like some of my friends, like the younger employees. Always on our ass. Like there could be nobody in the restaurant and nothing to do. She'd be like, come on guys, we gotta be doing something. She's the type of person to act like there's always something to be done and she's the one doing it, but actually she's like not even helping us. I have lots of good stories about her. And then I think it was either right before she came or right when she came, one of our head chefs got fired. I still don't know why. I think it was messed up the way they did it because his mom or something got sick. He had a family emergency. He left for a week, and then when he came back, they fired him. And they had already replaced him with a chef from the other restaurant, the Surf Club. Now, the teamwork in our restaurant while this is all going on is progressively going down. Shanae and the new bartender, Dave, I think I named him, their teamwork is like this to make everyone else miserable. Sometimes it feels like they gang up on the younger employees to just like, I don't fucking know, to have a power trip. Why is a bartender telling me how to do my job? My thing in my restaurant is that I have always done like everything and anything anyone has ever needed and I do it well. I can be a server for a day because we're always understaffed. I can be a server, I can be a busser, I can do literally whatever they need me to do. I'm an expo too. For one brunch, I was an expo. What those people want me to do is just stand up at front and do absolutely nothing. They get so upset if somebody is standing at the front and they're waiting for maybe a second. They'll yell at me and they're like, you really need to stay up there. I'm like, I was getting waters for a table that I just sat because our server has 3 other tables and there's only one server in this whole 2-story restaurant and you weren't doing it. Like yesterday, I was at work and I was in the back eating. I worked from 9:30 until 3:30 and I didn't take a break because there was no other host and I technically can't do that. I can't work 6 hours without a break. But I didn't take one. I was taking a 10 right before I got off work and I was eating because I hadn't eaten all freaking day. I was starving and Shanae comes in the back. She had just freaking gotten there. She's running around like a headless chicken, even though everything's under control. There's like maybe 4 tables. It's fucking fine. Okay, everyone's got it under control. There's 2 servers now. And she's like, I really need you at the front. And I'm like, I'm on my break. And she's like, did you communicate that with head manager? And I'm like, yeah, I did. Like, oh, leave me alone. Actually, like, leave me alone. Everyone else in this restaurant, all the other managers loved me. Why? Because I do my job and I'm freaking good at it. Why are you the only one that hates me? Okay, I need to make another story time about all the things these people do because it's freaking crazy. Also, I just have to talk about our owner too. It's just so freaking crazy, but this video is getting too long.